To fund the government, which is shut down for an 8th straight day. Fox's Peter Ducey's at the White House.
Both sides are still really dug in. It does not seem like there are any plans for Democratic congressional leaders to come here to the White House to try to negotiate a way out. And it doesn't really feel like President Trump is in much of a hurry to talk to them.
And I really think that these are people that I think they have nothing to lose. They have a party that's out of control.
Now, the president has also suggested some furloughed federal workers may not get back pay when the funding stalemate is finally resolved. Some federal workers deemed essential have to keep working without pay, like air traffic controllers, but some have been calling out sick. And this morning, there are nearly 500 flight delays on top of more than 9,000 the past 2 days. Now to Chicago, where Fox's Jeff Manasso reports.
Hundreds of Illinois National Guard troops, federalized, and hundreds more have arrived in suburban Chicago, courtesy of Texas Governor Republican Greg Abbott, to help keep immigration agents and facilities safe. Immigration action that Governor Pritzker and other Democrats have railed against. They've also filed suit over the use of the National Guard here, calling it illegal.
Well, a federal judge has given the Trump administration a today deadline to detail where the troops would be sent and what they'd do once deployed. The president is a high-profile critic of his illegal immigration crackdown.
Pope Leo XIV has met visiting American bishops in the Vatican, telling them to take a firm line in support of migrants who fear deportation from the United States. Mark Seitz, the Bishop of El Paso, Texas, telling reporters that the pontiff is very personally concerned.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. In a few hours, James Comey will be arraigned in federal court in Virginia. The former FBI director facing two charges, including lying to Congress in 2020 testimony about the 2016 election. Current FBI Director Kash Patel tells Fox,
the mainstream media wants to take the eye off the ball and create theater.
America's listening to Fox News.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's go!
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
For a third day, Israel and Hamas are holding indirect talks in Egypt, discussing President Trump's ceasefire plan for Gaza to stop Israel's war and free the last hostages.
The two sides have exchanged names. Hamas giving a list of prisoners it wants freed, also supplying a list of roughly 48 hostages, 20 of them still believed to be alive. Still, though, major challenges ahead on both sides. Israel wants Hamas to disarm completely. That's not something Hamas has agreed to. For its side, Hamas is saying it wants a guarantee that once it gives up the hostages, that Israel will not restart a war.
That's Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tel Aviv. Now, yesterday marked 2 years since the Hamas terror attack that triggered Israel's war, and at the White House,
President Trump welcomed the family of Omer Nutrub, a dual U.S.-Israeli citizen killed in Hamas captivity, whose body remains in Gaza.
These are sensitive times, as we all know, and we are hoping to get good news soon.
Omer's father, Ronan Nutrub, a Long Island resident, told reporters following his meeting with the president and administration officials the next 2 days will be pivotal.
We've been in this place before, this roller coaster of emotions, so we're trying to protect ourselves.
At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the day after the Dow dropped 93 points, and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 fell from their record highs. In the baseball playoffs, a comeback keeps the Yankees alive.
There's the drive to deep right field. New York leads for the first time in the series.
Jazz Chisholm's home run broke a tie in FS1, and the New York Yankees added 2 more, rallying from down 6-1 to beat the Blue Jays 9-6. But Toronto still leads that series 2-1. Seattle has the same lead over Detroit. The Mariners beat the Tigers 8-4. Today, a quadruple header as those two teams play again, and there will be game threes played in both National League series. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. National Guard troops could be hitting the streets of Chicago soon, despite legal challenges from the city and state of Illinois. Chicago and Illinois joined forces to sue the Trump administration to block the president from sending the National Guard to the city. Illinois Department of Natural Resources recognizing conservation police officers and civilians for acts of bravery, compassion, and distinguished service to people of Illinois. IDNR presented individuals with awards in multiple categories. Officer of the Year went to Conservation Police Officer Austin Priest. Civilian Hero Award given to Jeffrey Holt. A fundraiser that aims to raise money for the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen in Champaign makes a comeback. CU Potters Club and the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen teaming up to host the Champaign-Urbana Empty Bowls annual benefit. Takes place at Urbana's Silver Creek Restaurant today. Karen Pickard with the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen says they give out over 400 meals each day. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
I'm looking at the screen here. It is Wednesday. It is October 8th.
That's correct.
And the year is 2025.
And now we need a temperature.
Yeah. Well, it's chilly.
Mid-40s.
Is it?
Yeah.
Greg, what is it? What do you have?
43 at Willard and Savoy right now.
Oh, man.
Okie dokie.
There'll be a few upper 30s around here, and someone's going to take claim to fame. It'll patchy frost on the truck top here tomorrow morning and maybe Friday morning as well. So
what we learned yesterday, only 5% of women deliver their baby on their due date. Only 5%. Looked that up yesterday.
And do we have news to share?
We do not.
Okay.
Except that she's doing great, feels great, everything's great. So
good.
How's
Jacob doing?
Jacob's great. He's got the car ready to go.
Yep, bags packed.
Clean the car.
Need anything, honey?
Put the car seat in backwards where you're supposed to for a baby, and even put a camera so you could notice if the baby's sleeping.
Aww.
So he's got it all worked out, man.
Sweet.
Anyway, yeah.
Is he going to bring any baseball equipment just in case, too?
Don't think the bat's going to be small enough at this point, but
T's crossed, I's dotted.
He's got his complete gear bag so he can go. Anytime he needs that fly balls or something.
Awesome.
Line drives.
Shag some balls in the parking lot. Yeah, why
there
not?
you go, man. Why not? Okay, it is Wednesday. Glad you're listening. ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. Good morning to Diane Ducey.
Yes, hello.
And a good morning to Greg Solier, meteorologist, with his weather now. Brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you, if you're looking to help as far as the health of community members across the region, like to get a new gig, consider visiting carl.org/careers.
All right, I'm debating on the attire for the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes.
Still an 11 o'clock kickoff, I presume,
11
right?
o'clock kickoff. I think this is pants, but I'm not sure about that.
No, well, if you pack how big does Memorial Stadium? How big? What's the capacity there?
61,000, something like that.
So standing room, I'm going to say something. If you got 62,000, and you're all packed in there in a sun-filled light wind day, I think maybe look cool. Go with the sweater vest and the shorts.
Ooh, well done.
Like that.
So yes. GQ just called. GQ on line 2. They want to put you on the cover, Greg.
Our
Good news,
dude, right here.
No.
Sweater vest,
one
shorts,
brown bag away from a powder puff. That's
carrying
me,
a map with a marker so he could show you the high pressure system.
Yes.
It's Craig Sawyer. Are you talking to me about the rest of the week and the weekend, buddy boy?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it'll be about 68, 69 to kick off on a cool start, but a seasonal start to football Saturday morning for the Fox people out there in the parking lot in the studio, outdoor studio, and then about 75 later in the ball game. That is the start of a warming trend. We're going to start there and head back into the low to mid 80s around here, probably over the second half of next week as we realign the upper air, all based on the tropics again. Not only Tropical Storm Jerry, that's probably going to weaken, get wind shear involved to the pictures that approaches the southeast coast, and then kind of redevelop in what we call a subtropical mode that still brings wind and squalls and rain and all that to the eastern states, especially the Carolinas, the Outer Banks. So we talk about that, and then on the other side of the country, 3 tropical systems that are going to probably impact the Baja region of California and Mexico, and then stream their northward extent of moisture all the way to the Canadian border, build it back to the Pacific. So in between, warm high pressure ridging. If it were July, we'd forecast 100-degree heat. It's not, but readings into the middle 80s is certainly a decent accomplishment with outdoor work and harvest in mind for next week. But in the meantime, a cool, crisp morning, 43 at Willard and Savoy, up to 68 later this afternoon. Bit of a north wind, lots of sunshine, clear, chillier tonight, 39. Someone will claim they scraped frost off the windshield to pick up both tomorrow morning and Friday morning. Up to 67 tomorrow, 70 on Friday, 75 in the fourth quarter on football Saturday, heading towards the mid-70s Sunday, up near 80 Monday and Tuesday, low to mid-80s next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No rain in the forecast through late next week as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Hey, I'm good. Middle October, 80s, fine.
And they sure are making progress on harvest. That's for sure.
No, it's totally getting done.
Man, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
You see the sunrise.
Oh,
and
it's
then
a flat ground, and you know,
like the layer of the mist or fog.
Boy, I had visibility about 100 feet for a while. It was really tight fog.
Okay.
It was definitely thick when I got out on the
It
roads.
was settling in certain areas and rising a bit. Just beautiful.
No, it is. Ken for time, the greatest photographer in the world, lives in Champaign.
Absolutely.
Actually, Savoy, because he's a top trustee.
So glad you got him out of the gate, Stevie, with some
feel
of those.
good. Yeah, one of my great accomplishments is teaching Larry how to point an Instamatic at a red barn. Anyway, which is not true. People say, did he really? It's not true. Anyway, 7-Eleven, glad you're listening. Ryan Day is the head football coach at Ohio State.
Okay.
And he had a press conference yesterday. And listen, I get it. We have an 18% chance of winning. There were 0 questions about the Illini. What about getting the ball more to Jeremiah? yeah, and you get off to a good start, coach. What do you... They're not... Listen, they have not lost here since 1991. Why would you worry about this? They were 15-point favorites. I get it. They've deserved it. They're the national champion. They're the reigning they're national champions until somebody says they're not. I get it.
They're flicking the flea off their shoulder.
No, I don't think Ryan Day is.
We got a really good opponent that we're playing this week that knows how to win. You know, Brett is as good a coach as there is in the game. He's got a really good staff. His players are tough. They're smart. And they know how to win, and you know they know how to win games like this. You know, at home, noon game, 11 local time. You know they're really good. So we have to have them. You know, the best week of practice we've had all year, and we got to get on that plane, get ready to play with a ton of energy, and play with a great physicality and fly around because it's going to be a great atmosphere. I know that. Our players know that.
I'm not sure how Ryan would know that. He's never been here as a head coach. But you show respect. It's exactly what he did. It's exactly what he used to have the best practice of the way. Okay. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. and meanwhile, his players are going, when's we play Michigan? Listen, they're the man. They are the man until they're not the man. So we get it. And what we have to do is we have to play, obviously, a tremendous football game. We're capable of that. We're capable of winning. We really, really are, which is really cool. Because if you look at who's going to the NFL, I'm sure they're double digits out of their top 22. I'm sure they're a dozen, 15. They just got really good players. Their receivers are NFL receivers. They always are. So that means they're going to probably get open. Can the quarterback deliver it? Well, unless we get a pass rush, probably going to sit back there. It's just a tall order. However, you're losing 32-31 in a game you had in hand against USC. Illinois loses that about 100 out of 101 times. We did not. We won. Maybe this is our time to say, you know what? We are a top 25 program. So it's huge ramifications, obviously, if we were to somehow do this. It's a big deal, and it's playoff implications, but then you got to assume that you're going to be favored the rest of the year. And, you got to win those games, and you got to stay healthy. Because we have a good team. As Johnny told me, Ohio State has 2 teams like ours. They just got depth. Somebody goes down, they put another guy that's 5 stars in.
Yeah.
We don't have that. So our guys have to stay healthy and all of that. But the cool thing is we're 5-1. And I think most Illini fans would have taken that and run if I said, look at our schedule, got to go to Indiana, it's going to be hard, all these other things. Duke, we're not sure. USC's really good. I mean, all that. 5-1. Would you take it? I would have. I was, heck yeah, you bet. It sets up a 6-0, 5-1 as expected. They got Matt Patricia as their defensive coordinator. He's the guy that won a bunch of Super Bowl rings for Bill Belichick when he was defensive coordinator for Tom Brady's years. Terrific coach. And he's allowing 5 points a game for the opponent. In other words, the other teams playing Ohio State this year have averaged 5 points a game. At Washington, when Washington had won 22 home games in a row, they allowed 6. They're very good. But bring it on and let's take the challenge.
Yep.
Here we go. Sports headlines.
Let's go. And if you want to, at least for the last time the Fox Big Noon kickoff show was around, the window of time, I believe, is 9 to 10:15.
I think that's their broadcast. And they're, of course, setting up beginning today or yesterday. Semi-trucks have rolled into town.
That's right. And it's right there in Grange Grove.
It's a major set. Now that it's done, I wonder if we'll go, oh, they're here again.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
They
always come here.
And, I saw the video, Dave Portnoy coming out of Papa Del's and, just talking about the pizza and the area pizza places that he visits. Does he visit different places now?
Every time. He's the pizza guy.
Okay, I know.
He's also worth $1 zillion. He's worth a lot of money.
The Barstool action.
Barstool Sports is a big deal, and they've got, I don't know what the company's worth, but it's a bunch.
Yeah.
So he's got the Barstool Noon Show. I mean,
Right.
he's sponsoring that, so
I
he's
saw
part
some
of it.
videos with, we have this orange Champaign Fire Department truck, and he was visiting with those guys.
Saw that.
So in any case, fun to have that action in town if you want to take that in. Of course, the Illini Walk and getting in the stadium early and all the things that we know how to do. We just got to keep doing it and on the early side for October 11th.
The crowd won't be a problem. It'll be electric. It'll be hopeful. And we'll see what happens.
We've got a few rounds of tickets we're giving away. Parlor Donuts, located in Old Farm Shops, and Jets Pizza, 2 locations in Champaign, contributing to our online ways to win, which is 359-2255, texting in Illini. Got a few pairs I'm going to hand out today, so you can make arrangements for Saturday morning. And then we'll have some at Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue. And Teresa Grinch.
Yeah.
Grinch as a special guest with you.
I'm excited. The boys are going to let me talk to her. I know her quite well.
Kind of a throwback.
Yeah, she was here in the 90s.
Yes, 97 to 2007, I believe.
Well, 10 years. Anyway, I loved her and haven't seen her for a very long time, maybe since 2007.
And
I don't think I've seen her since.
And her husband, Carl, laughing while you were making pancakes.
At their house, in their kitchen.
Right.
And
during your radio show then?
During the radio show, I used to go to homes that requested me make them breakfast.
Okay.
And we'd be live on the air.
So many fun promotions back in the day.
I went to Lou Henson's house, and Rob Judson said, Coach, are you nervous? And at that moment he said, are you nervous? I poured the whole box in without measuring.
Oh.
And he had his legs folded and looked at, I am now.
All righty.
Anyway, Teresa Grant's kicking off the show after 4. Will be 4 to 6 live Thursday.
We're getting some times on some of our Big Ten basketball for women and men, so take note of that. And the Cubs at Wrigley taking on Milwaukee, leading the series 2-0.
Milwaukee has it in their hands. Can the Cubs come back? Here we go with weather. Brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. Here's our meteorologist, Greg Solier.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. As expected, a return to seasonal temperatures. It's been few and far between the outbreaks of cooler, drier air, but that's the story going forward for just about the remainder of the week. We'll get into the backside of this cool high. Temperatures will moderate above average over the weekend. Another big, broad warm-up expected for next week. Largely dry weather picture as well. Sunshine for the day today, high temperature to about 68 with a bit of a fresh northeasterly wind as the day wears on. Overnight lows for tonight with a clear sky. Chillier overnight readings too, down to about 39. Can't rule out a frost patch on colder metal surfaces here by first thing tomorrow morning and probably Friday morning as well. Otherwise, sunshine 67 tomorrow, back up to 70 on Friday with sunshine and a light southeast to south wind. Weekend highs of 75 later in the ball game on Saturday, 76 on Sunday, heading towards the 80-degree mark or higher Monday to Wednesday of next week. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. UC Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868, Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks this morning looking ready to bounce back from Tuesday's sell-off, led by investors worried about big tech and AI spending. Mortgage demand overall weakened again last week, even as interest rates fell slightly. Total mortgage application volume dropped 4.7% compared with the previous week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association's seasonally adjusted index. Those still in the market, though, for a mortgage are looking increasingly to somewhat riskier adjustable rate mortgages. And another sign of caution from the American consumer, credit card spending falling again. The amount of revolving credit outstanding, which is mainly credit cards, fell in August for the third time this year. That decline was offset by a small rise in non-revolving credit, such as car loans and student loans. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week. Every week, we check in with Jimmy Fallon, bring in authors for the book club, and even treat some of your favorite Fox personalities to a very special happy hour. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Kennedy Saves the World. America's listening to Fox News.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Well, tell me what I need to know about Dedicated Diesel and Dixie Chopper, buddy.
Well, Dedicated Diesel, the safety lane is open from 8 to 4 every day. If farmers need to get their trailers or their grain trucks inspected to be compliant with state law, they need to come through. No appointment necessary, but we stop accepting people at 4 o'clock so that they can get those inspections done by 4:30 and all the paperwork done and close up on time. But that is a requirement in the state of Illinois, and we're open to do that. Plus, of course, the Dixie Choppers are there for sale. Stop by and see Andy at 1313 Triumph Drive. Take a look at those. Get the best deal you'll ever get on a quality industrial, commercial, or residential lawnmower.
Awesome.
It's fast.
Yeah, fastest ever. Mm-hmm. Hey, so how can I reach you, Tim Onstadt?
They can call me at 765-793-7131 and extension 4. They can get me on email at timo@gftlog.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Yeah, it's a strange story. This guy named Jay Jones. Mm-hmm. He's the Attorney General. Have you heard anything about this?
No.
No coverage on CBS. 1 minute on NBC. No coverage on ABC. They're not. Jay Jones is running for Attorney General as a top law enforcement official in Virginia. He thought it'd be a good idea to share text and say that the Speaker of the House, his opponent, this was in 2022, should be shot in the head. He said if you have 2 bullets and you have Hitler and Pol Pot, you'd put 2 in that guy's head. And then he said, and I need to see his children die. These are in text.
Wow.
He says, well, what are you talking about? He said, well, only when you go through severe pain will you change your policy. This is the guy that wants to be the Attorney General.
Oh, wow.
It is absolutely egregious, and guess what the Democrats aren't doing? Condemning it. They said, oh, it's inexcusable. Should he get out? No, he shouldn't get out. He apologized. I wish more politicians would apologize. There's something disturbing about even having your brain think like that.
Right.
2 bullets in his head and having the children die.
He's only 36. I see in my online search, it says Jay Jones cancels Virginia fundraiser due to 2 bullets backlash.
Yeah. Listen, they can't pull them out. 400,000 have already voted. They're never going to win that seat if they pull them out. But the Democrats, I mean, just think if a Republican had done that. He's deranged. He's sick. How dare you put somebody that needs mental help? But just imagine, this is a guy that'll be wanting to prosecute people. Obviously has a streak in him that isn't very nice.
Right.
So we'll see the people of Virginia. But that's been a pretty big story that you haven't heard about because they don't talk about that.
Right.
I always flip things and say, well, if a Republican did, I wonder if, oh my gosh, be foam at the mouth, chance to destroy somebody. And then Mamdani's talking a little bit about, the stuff from October 7, 2 years ago, the massacre of the Israelis. And he's getting backdrafts, the future socialist mayor of New York, I guess, and totally sympathetic to Palestine and Hamas and maybe anti-Semitic. I don't know. There'll be Jewish people voting for him, and you have to tell me why. I have no idea how you could, and I have no idea why being anti-Jew has become so mainstream. It is not appropriate to be against anybody. That's what we stand for in America. We are the melting pot, right?
This headline, Mamdani's statement on October 7 attacks draws sharp rebuke from Israel.
Well, his supporters, they'll be for that, right? I mean, it's always Israel's fault. So we will see what happens there. I think if this Sliwa, the Republican guy that's running for mayor of New York, if he were to get out, because Mayor Adams has already withdrawn, I think you'd have yourself really close race. It'd be Andrew Cuomo or Mamdani. Mamdani's got young people. He's talking about a chicken in every pot.
Yep.
Freezing your rent. Think about that.
And the people who are in a bad way are saying that sounds real good.
Well, sure it does. How are you going to do it? Doesn't matter. You don't have to know how.
Right.
And when it doesn't work, it's not going to be their fault. Remember that. It's never their fault. You can tell somebody on the left because they never take responsibility. It's always your fault. Trump. Just go back to Trump. Just keep saying his name. It's always his fault. Anyway, it's 217-359-2255. If you'd like to jump on this morning, got some good clips I want you to hear here today. Did you know that the Biden administration bugged the phones of 9 senators, all Republican?
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Hear about that?
No.
Wonder why. Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri is not happy. And listen, I don't pretend to think Joe Biden made many decisions in the last 4 years, but I would like to know, and we'll never know, because you ever give that information up, you truly give it up, then you'll never work in politics again, kind of thing. So,
right.
So we've got some other things we'll play. Stand by. Also, remember the Paul Harvey we played, If I Were the Devil?
Yeah.
A guy apparently went to ChatGTP and asked the same question, and the response from ChatGTP is quite fascinating. So I got that clip to play.
Okay.
His brother Johnny, maybe Ed Martin. That's coming up next. 7:28. It's Wednesday.
When feeling better can't wait, visit Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Convenient locations, hours to fit your schedule, and no appointment necessary. Plus, you don't have to be a Christie Clinic patient. Receive health care when and where you need it with Christie Clinic Convenient Care. Christie Clinic accepts Health Alliance and most other major insurance plans. Visit ChristieClinic.com to find the convenient care closest to you.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to see the Fighting Illini sold-out game against Ohio State. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to Geese Memorial Stadium. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets for Fighting Illini football against Ohio State with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
Illini Volleyball is on the air.
Hey Illini fans, it's head coach Chris Thomas with Fighting Illini Volleyball. This year we celebrate the 100th anniversary of historic Huff Hall, and I want you to join us for the Party at Huff all season long as we honor a century of incredible moments and build the future of Illinois volleyball together. The energy, the fans, the tradition, you don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now at fightingillini.com. Let's pack Huff and keep the celebration going. ILL.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Former FBI Director James Comey will be arraigned inside the federal court in Alexandria, Virginia. FBI Director Kash Patel in Chicago claims they have the evidence.
The revelation of details, and they will be forthcoming in the judicial process, as everyone in America is entitled to, including Mr. Comey. And we want him to have his day in court.
Officials say there will not be a so-called perp walk for Comey, but it's not clear if an arrest is planned. 6th procedural vote later this morning in the Senate. The goal, ending the partial government shutdown. It enters day 8. President Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and the Qatari prime minister involved in the peace talks.
Hamas and Israel reportedly exchanging lists of names of prisoners to be released and names of those hostages to be exchanged as well.
That's Fox's Steve Harrigan reporting from Tel Aviv. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign police responded to a bank robbery in the 1000 block of South Neal Street. That suspect entered the bank, demanded money, then fled. Nobody was hurt. There's no evidence of a weapon being displayed. Officers canvassed the area for witnesses and video footage. President Trump preparing to send National Guard to Illinois to combat crime. Governor Pritzker announced Saturday the Trump administration intends to federalize 300 members of the National Guard. No word on exactly when they'll be in the city. University of Illinois Extension working alongside researchers in Iowa and Illinois to develop a program designed for caregivers of farmers showing signs of dementia. Older ag workers have a higher risk of developing dementia. It increases the chances of becoming injured, especially for those living or working on farms. The program works to teach caregivers and family members of someone experiencing dementia how to reduce injuries. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right. Thank you, Jim Miller. We check your weather with meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Busey for over 157 years, member FDIC, and by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions. They'll be happy to give you a free evaluation of how you might save some money with them. Great service, Watts Copy Systems, 217-352-0428. All right, looking pretty darn good for the rest of the way. A little cooler here coming up, but then warmer again next week. Here's Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana vicinity. Well, finally feeling like it ought to be for early October around these parts, and overall stays that way for the next couple of days. We get onto the backside of this cool high, moderating trended temperatures beginning for Friday and accelerating over the weekend with another run of late summer warmth expected for much of next week. Big pattern shift to stormy weather from the southwest over the western states, and Tropical Storm Jerry over the open waters of the western and southwestern Atlantic will influence the eastern seaboard, but with no direct landfall here in the coming days. Sunny, chilly for the day today with a north breeze, a bit gusty for the midday and afternoon, high around 68. Clear chillier tonight, down around 39. Can't rule out a local frost patch on a colder car top or metal object here, both tonight and perhaps by late tomorrow night into Friday morning. Otherwise, up to 67 tomorrow, 38 tomorrow night, 70 on Friday, mid-70s for the weekend with sunshine heading towards 80 or higher Monday through Friday of next week. For CBG Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, Wednesdays. Brother Johnny jumps on from New Orleans, ducks out of the Bible study he's in, which is where we all need to live 24/7. Johnny?
Hey, good morning, CBJ.
We tried
I got to bone up, Steve. We're going up to Washington in April. There's a national group, that'll be at the Museum of the Bible in Washington and have all kinds of people read from Genesis through Revelation.
Wow.
on TV. And actually, Bobby and I will be up there. They ask us to read for 30 minutes.
That is so exciting.
Awesome.
The whole Bible. You have no idea where you'll land in the Bible in your 30 minutes.
Well, I might be in Psalms.
Okay.
So
All right.
You never know what. Yeah. So I'm going to have to review. But yeah, it'll be fun, and there'll be a lot of people. Probably a lot of our representatives will jump in there. So
the Museum of the Bible, and I have not been to south of Cincinnati for the Ark. And
no, right? Me neither.
Yeah, I think our mother went there. Didn't she go about 8 years?
Yeah. She went through the whole
but
thing.
it's the Ark, and then there's one other thing, isn't there? I mean, not the Ark. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a Creation Museum.
The Creation Museum and Noah's Ark. Pretty phenomenal. I'm hearing wonderful. I really would love to see that, Brother John.
It's a full-size Ark.
Yeah.
As if they tried to figure out all the systems and how they could actually do it. And they've got it. You can walk through and see how they got food to the animals.
Wow.
That's a good idea. I'm just looking at the Ark Encounter.
Yeah.
This life-size Noah Ark located south of Cincinnati in actually Williamstown, Kentucky, 45 miles off of I-75.
Right. Not far. All right, Brother Johnny. I guess, firstly, it's a big game for Illinois. I'm going to lead with Illinois. I did kind of the predictor. There's a predictor at ESPN.com. And if we beat Ohio State and we lose at Washington, we're still in the playoffs. Now, presuming we win the games we're favored, which will be the rest of the year. We have to win all those, of course. That's a given. If we lose to Ohio State and beat Washington, we're 90% chance.
Okay.
If we lose both, we're obviously out. So
that's Steve. That's just a formula for disaster. What you do is you get ready for your game against Ohio State, and I think we were hoping 6 months ago somehow we'd be 6-0 or 5-1 for this game, and we are. And we really did a great job. We had a poor game against Indiana, and I'll point out that I think both of the Scots are pretty valuable.
Yeah.
And once they were both out of the game, and not just that the guys can't come in, but they came in right during a game, and your plan and the zones, it's hard to do. We lost our secondary.
Yeah,
when they threw him out on a bad call.
Well, we lost 7 people in the secondary, and that night,
and the two Scots.
Yeah,
so and there's other good ones, but yeah. So I think you got to, and I'm not making excuses. Our line needed a little tuning up after that game, but they've come through. So look. Ohio State's deeper than Illinois, but when you put them all out there ready for it, it's really pretty close. Have you seen any dominant NFL teams, Steve? A lot of it is just hype, okay? And we're going to be ready for this game, I think. And now Ohio State's good, but we can beat them, Steve.
Okay, well, the ESPN's saying it's an 18% chance. So you say we've got a chance.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, that's you wonder how they come up with a number like that.
That's right.
But, it's like, what are the chances of Jimmy Valvano, North Carolina, beating anybody?
Well, that's true.
And
here's the head coach of Ohio State, Ryan Day.
We got a really good opponent that we're playing this week that knows how to win. Brett is as good a coach as there is in the game. He's got a really good staff. His players are tough. They're smart. And they know how to win, and they know how to win games like this. At home, noon game, 11 local time. They're really good. So we have to have them. The best week of practice we've had all year.
Okay, Ryan Day giving us good respect. I will point out.
Well, and they won the national championship last year.
Well, they're still they're still the national championship till they're not, right? They're still.
They are.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, Ryan Day could make more history. If he loses to Michigan, he may be the only 9-0 coach fired. So,
I can't, Johnny. I mean, after he lost to Michigan last year when they were 20-point favorites, they truly he was on the hot seat. Then he won the national championship. So I would have done a mic drop after that game and said, "Good night. God bless you. I'm out of Columbus." And he'd have been hired by a major program. I'm presuming it's kind of like that in all the top 10 programs where it's ridiculous. You lose a ball game, the whole town falls apart. So it's
when you're playing for a big team and you're doing well, it's hard to focus. And that Michigan game focused the whole team towards we better not lose another game.
Yeah, right.
And they were that good, so they had it was probably the best thing that happened to him. Dick always said that Miami loss, which I'm still smoking over, was what won them the Super Bowl. They were 18-1 and lost Monday night in Miami, and of course that's a team that has the only undefeated record. So it was a Super Bowl night back in '85.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm going back a few years.
Yeah. Well, that sometimes it'll correct things, and after that
But
loss
I
to
think
Michigan.
we're in a good spot, Steve, because that's the coach has to say that. But I'm sure Ohio State's a little cocky, and I don't think Illinois is looking past this game. So we're going to be ready.
Yeah.
We're going to be ready.
And we got the big noon game. Fox is building a studio as we speak. It's same thing we had 2 weeks ago with USC. Here's hoping, and we'll see what happens. Okay, Josh Hawley, Senator of Missouri, not happy that the Joe Biden administration apparently tapped the phones of 9 Republicans.
Joe Biden never targeted his political enemies. Joe Biden never directed his attorney general to target his political opponents. That's interesting, because I could have sworn that yesterday we learned that the FBI tapped my phone. Let's look at it. We've got a list. Tapped my phone, tapped Lindsey Graham's phone, tapped Marsha Blackburn's phone, tapped 5 other phones of United States senators. Gee, it sure looks like targeting political opponents to me, and yet I haven't heard a word from that side of the dais about any concern whatsoever. We've got nothing but concerns today, but no concern at all for a Justice Department that is tapping the phones of sitting United States senators because who knows why.
Had you heard about the story, Johnny?
Oh yeah, no, it's a scale. It's one thing after another, and fighting for the criminals and against the law enforcement to me is still a bigger story. I'm sure it was actually tracking the phones, which is, you can say tapping, but they are all over Josh Hawley. Tapping. They didn't tap his phones because they weren't listening to them. They just had the phone logs, and they knew where they were and when they were there. And they just were looking for something because their January 6th thing wasn't really going well. They needed something else, and they just couldn't find it. But if you're holding out really for these progressive left Democrats, as in I can't vote for Trump, fine, don't vote. But if you're holding out for them, you can always tell who that has to be. It's the people who burst into tears during the part of the movie where Dorothy melted the Wicked Witch. It's like, sweetheart, she was the bad one. That's the bad one. Dorothy's a good girl. I don't know. It doesn't seem that hard to me. Diane, what's your take on this good-bad thing? I mean, isn't it obvious that there's just one side that just doesn't want to be constructive?
Pretty much. And, to me, this has been played over and over again, and I'm just, whatever. I just don't get worked up about any of this stuff.
Well, that's a good way to do, but it's disturbing when you see people, Steve, that just simply stand up for what's not right.
No, and they're doing it. They're emboldened by something, I guess, money. I mean, the fact that in Chicago now there are bounties on ICE people, $2,000 to fine them, $10,000 to kill them.
Yeah,
where's
they arrested that guy.
But where's the outrage? Where are the Democrats going? Why do I know we can't do this?
No, well, I mean, we're talking about people protesting for Hamas. I think it's important. That's actually a very good lesson, because that we need to consider. If your leaders drive you over the cliff, they're going to take you with them.
That's right.
Hamas won't change they still want to wipe out all the Jews, what's left of them. And now these younger ones, because they killed so many of the older ones, may not want to die, and so maybe they'll stop. But what are the Jews supposed to do? They want to be killed. They're constantly firing missiles. They did that horrific raid, and they're not going to live like that. And so, how do you protest for Hamas? I could say peace protest, but to have those Hamas, whatever they are, they look like dish towels, but whatever they are. The checkered things, I don't get it. Those are the bad folks. Those are bad folks. They've had a tough time, and maybe it wasn't just not having a place. They never did form a government ever. They just kind of wandered around the land, It belongs to the Jews per the Bible, but you can argue that if you want. It's just, how can you be for what they're doing?
Yeah, no.
And then they took hostages, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
And it's working. The hostage was the smartest thing they did, because it's absolutely cratered the whole move towards a solution. Because we want those hostages back, and so it worked. The Democrats are kind of holding us hostage here, and then they just blame the Republicans like this has been going on my whole life. By the way,
there are people that are very critical, that are Jewish, that are critical of Israel, and there'll probably be people in New York that vote for Mondami. Please explain.
Well, it's first of all the critical of Israel. They're just looking at quit the violence, right? But the people they're trying to take out won't quit the violence. They won't agree. They won't even say they're sorry. They're going to continue to do what they've been doing. Now, you can just say, well, we'll have to live with it. And that's a stance you can take. And Netanyahu disagrees. We're not living with it anymore. These people have to go. So that's where we are. Yeah, and Mamdani, I mean, I don't think he's going to win.
Really?
Before we are critical of the Jews, there's 2 million voting for him. Let's see if they vote for him.
Yeah.
I think you've got Cuomo, right?
Yeah, Cuomo, and you got the Republican Sliwa. Adams got out. If Sliwa gets out, I think you're right. I think Andrew Cuomo could possibly win.
Yeah, I can't tell you for sure, but I would be surprised if he actually won. There's all kinds of hype. I don't know how they vote there. Now, they do have this ranked voting system, but I don't know how impactful it is with 3.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many mail-ins and whatnot. I think if there was a straight-up go to the polls, use your absentee ballots, at the end of the day, here's who won, I think Cuomo would win.
Well, the numbers right now show 48% Mondami, 35% Cuomo, and 13% Sliwa, something like that. So
yeah.
So Sliwa has to get out.
Well, that sounds pretty bad, then. But I got to say that most states would have a runoff between Mamdani and Cuomo. You don't let someone rule with less than 50%. That I don't know how you get there.
Yeah.
I've said this before. Hitler got hold of Germany with 33% because they had 6 or 8 other people, and he was the highest, 33. And you gave him the keys to the city. You got your last 2, and then you run it off. So New York's just walking into it. It's kind of self-inflicted, and I don't think he'll do a very good job. He's not got management experience, and his policies are wacko.
All right, here's finally I want to play this clip from a speaker, and it's quite interesting, Johnny.
I asked ChatGPT, if you were the devil, and maybe you are, if you were the devil, what?
So he asked ChatGPT, AI, if you were the devil, what would you tell us all?
What would you do? It came back at me, shook me in my shoes. I wouldn't waste my time trying to get you to worship me. No, I just convince you not to worship God at all. I'd tell you truth is relative. Your truth, my truth, until nobody knows which way is up. I'd whisper, as long as you're happy, it's right. I'd keep you busy. Too busy for prayer, too busy for church, too busy for crew. I'll put that one in. Too busy to ask eternal questions. I'd fill your hands with a phone so you'd never have time to fold them in prayer. I'd break families, get fathers absent, marriages bitter, and kids confused. If I can fracture the home, I can fracture the future. I divide the church, petty arguments, comparison, offense, celebrity culture. If I can get Christians fighting each other, they'll never fight me. I'd desensitize you. I'd glamorize sin in movies, normalize it in music, laugh at it in comedy, and celebrate it in culture until what once shocked you now entertains you. I'd attack your identity. I'd make you question who you are, where you belong, and whether you matter. I'd whisper shame so loud you can't hear God's voice of love. And through it all, I wouldn't even try to prove I exist. My greatest trick is to convince you I'm not real. Because if you don't believe I'm real, you'll never resist.
Wow, pretty powerful.
Well, he's as smart as Chat. What is it?
GPT.
Chat GPT is as smart as Paul Harvey because he had a great deal. A show always was in the 60s, Steve, or 70s.
It was 1965, and it was
And
so.
it said, if I was the devil, here's what I do.
Yeah.
And it was very much along those lines.
I'm wondering
So
if ChatGPT got a little from Paul Harvey because how else would he? I think it could have gleaned that because there's nothing really out there like that.
That's right.
Except Paul Harvey's unbelievable.
And it does.
Yeah.
And it can go through the last 300 years of history in about 2.3 milliseconds to glean everything. That was very good. That was very good, and it's very true, I think. And so we have to be aware. It is a little harder to find out what's true and what isn't. And now it's going to get, we talked about this not that long ago, where with the AI images, boy, we're not going to know who said what.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well,
So-
since I referenced it, I think I have time.
Okay.
All right, here's Paul Harvey's. 1965.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Stunning. 1965.
That's amazing, because what year?
1965.
See, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, Chat GPT did screen that.
Yeah.
So
I had to get some of that.
Someone asked on the text line about who was the Chat GPT person, who was the presenter.
He was a youth pastor somewhere. Okay. I was on Instagram.
Okay.
I didn't get the name. Johnny, I appreciate your time.
Good news
Man.
for you, Steve. If you listen to that reading the Bible, it's only about 6 days. You'll find out It didn't work. The devil loses.
No. Yeah, right. That's it. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Good triumphs over evil. That's right.
It's called the good news.
Yeah,
so.
that's right, Johnny. All right, back to Bible study.
Hey, go
Thank you. Go Illini.
There we go.
And if you get up here, we'll go to the game.
Yeah, all right. Listen, it looks very probable.
Okay,
so,
excellent.
I'll let you know.
All right, Johnny. Thanks for being on. Brother Johnny down in New Orleans, ESPN 93.5.
Good stuff.
I used to be able to talk while I did that, and I
Let's
can't do
see.
that anymore.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Oh, I should have hopped up
No,
and
it's
called
all right.
Steve Suderman.
I might have goofed that up anyway.
And if I were the devil.
Yeah,
Okay.
there he is. He's there. Steve Suderman is at Good Vibes where you get your home theaters. Isn't that unbelievable? 1965. I'm stunned by that.
Yeah.
How would you?
Yeah, and he created a farmer. That's another one that
Yeah,
he's famous
no, it's a great
for.
one.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's a good one, too.
amazing. It's Steve Suderman, our good buddy over at Good Vibes, and
What
it's
kind
Wednesday.
of amazing deals do you have,
You got
Steve?
something going.
Well, fresh off a couple of days off. Barbie had a procedure Monday, and I spent the day with her. And yesterday was our 25th. So we recreated an early date at a park. Even though the weather wasn't great, it was nice. So now here we are, sandwiched in between a couple of great Big Ten wins and a very big one coming up Saturday.
Yeah.
And boy, the secondary needs to show up big, and they've got those two, Jackson and Donaldson, that just run right through you.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be no arm tackling Saturday. KO's going to have his work cut out for him because he's getting a lot more playtime now.
That's your guy, number 36?
39.
Anyway, he's wonderful young man. Sounds wonderful in the
Caught me off guard.
commercials. Yeah, he's a really young, good player. So, hey, we're gonna have to play a great game, right?
Well, there's that, and then there's the baseball playoffs. The Cubs are not out of it yet. There's some drama there. The Yankees made a comeback game yesterday. There's so much great stuff to watch, and while all this drama is happening, Amazon is having their pre-Black Friday, they call it Prime, and it's their, it's just an excuse to have a sale before Black Friday. They're so powerful that the major companies all bend their prices a little bit for their event. And so whether you buy online or whether you buy local, you get to benefit from it because we get to make less money, but we do get to advertise the same kind of prices that Amazon. So we're price matching anything they've got that's similar to what we have or the same as. And that includes the Sony and Samsung and LG TVs, the clip speakers, the wireless, little carry them around Sonos streaming things, you headphones, and all the meat and potatoes of what we sell is on sale this week. Not every single item, but the stuff that matters is available through the weekend at some very, very favorable prices. Before their Black Friday, you get one last shot at some great deals.
Well, it's awesome, and it's Kanana Odilaga, number 39, a linebacker for the University of Illinois.
And special teamer.
Yeah,
watch him on the kickoff returns.
He's a really good player.
KO.
That's your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, How can a guy find you?
Easily on the web at gvibes.com, and there's a block that says sale and in stock, so you can filter out that stuff. We're at 2010 Round Barn physically, and you can call me at 3510909.
You are the man, sir. Good luck.
Have a good one.
Go Illini. Thanks, you, Steve.
Go Illini.
Yeah, go Illini. Steve Suderman over Good Vibes. Over 50 years, there's the guys that know how to install. You got a stone fireplace, no problem. They can install that.
Yeah.
Don't try that at home.
No.
It's no fun. They know how to hide the wires.
Yes.
Make it all good. It's Good Vibes. Again, local. And I know you go to the box stores and they got these inexpensive televisions, but check the brand because you're not going to like it.
Right.
And then where do you go if it isn't working?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. So there's all those things to consider.
Watch the Cubs-Milwaukee game, perhaps. 4:08 from Wrigley.
Yep. And listen, it's not over.
That's
It's
right.
not over. It's not over.
Brewers are up 2-0.
2-0. Doesn't look good, but it isn't over. The Yankees are still alive, coming back.
That's right.
The Yankees are down 6-1 last night.
Aaron Judge hit the foul pole for a 3-run homer.
Woo! I bet he got there in a hurry. When he hits it, he's a 6'7", 6'8". He's huge.
Everybody just erupted enjoying that one.
All right, this is October 8th. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. It's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J. You're always welcome on the Fisher National Bank text line, 217-3 359-2255. Always welcome. Love to hear from you. We're going to break for the news and be right back with a whole nother hour. Don't go away. It's coming up on 8 o'clock in Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
He thinks Chicago's mayor should be put in jail. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump just posted that on Truth Social, accusing Brandon Johnson of failing to protect ICE officers. But the mayor says it's the president acting unconstitutionally with orders
to occupy our cities with the military. It's unconscionable. It's unthinkable.
The president also wrote that Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, also a Democrat, should also be jailed. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just told Fox.
When you're a local leader and you establish ICE-free zones, you are putting law enforcement in danger. When you are a governor and you're mocking and criticizing federal law enforcement, you are putting law enforcement in danger.
Now, hundreds of National Guard troops Texas's Republican governor sent have arrived in the Chicago area as the president also tries to federalize Illinois Guard members. The state is challenging that in court. And later this hour, James Comey will show up at a federal court in Virginia to be arraigned. Next hour, the former FBI director faces 2 charges, including lying to Congress over 2020 testimony related to the 2016 probe into the Trump campaign and Russian election interference. Deputy Attorney General Blanche also told Fox,
we completely got rid of the weaponization that took place over the past 4 years in this Department of Justice. And now we are applying the law equally to everybody. And that means rooting out corruption.
Democrats say the president is targeting his critics, and Comey claims he's innocent. For an 8th day, the government is shut down as the fight continues over funding.
The bottom line is very simple. We're fighting for the American people.
Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer keeps demanding health care provisions be included in the bill, but Republican Senator John Kennedy tells Fox it's just politics.
Senator Schumer is he's nervous as a pregnant nun about losing his re-election.
Now, the Trump administration plans to tap into tariff revenue during the shutdown to keep funding the Women, Infant, Children Nutrition Program. America's listening to Fox News.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Well, the Senate does plan another vote on government funding that may fail again this morning. But Republicans are having success getting more Trump nominees approved.
107 senior administration officials and ambassadors were among the latest batch of nominees confirmed by the Senate. It comes after Republicans changed the Senate rules to speed up the process, arguing Democrats were slow-walking President Trump's nominees. Among those confirmed is former Senate candidate, NFL and college football star Herschel Walker, who will serve as U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. Senate Democrats have warned of the consequences of changing Senate rules, saying it could be utilized in the future if a Democrat is in the White House. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
While court fights continue challenging President Trump's immigration raids and deportations, the number of people coming here illegally is down to a trickle.
Preliminary data released by the Department of Homeland Security show that unlawful U.S.-Mexico border crossings are at a 55-year low. U.S. Border Patrol agents made nearly 238,000 apprehensions at the southern border in fiscal year 2025, which began in October of last year and ended at the end of September. That's the lowest annual number since 1970, when there were about 202,000 southern border apprehensions. Most of the apprehensions in fiscal year 2025 happened during the final 3 months of the Biden administration. The Border Patrol apprehensions are the number of times migrants were intercepted and processed entering the U.S. between official ports of entry. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
3 scientists are sharing the Nobel Prize for Chemistry awarded this morning. One of them is in the U.S. The Nobel Committee says they're being honored for groundbreaking discoveries in what are called metal organic frameworks that have real-world implications on things like reducing pollution and combating climate change. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising before the opening bell this hour. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A fundraiser that aims to raise money for the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen in Champaign makes a comeback. CU Potters Club and the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen teaming up to host the Champaign-Urbana Empty Bowls annual benefit. Takes place at Urbana's Silver Creek Restaurant today. Karen Pickard with the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen says they give out over 400 meals each day. National Guard troops could be hitting the streets of Chicago soon despite legal challenges from the city and state of Illinois. Chicago and Illinois joined forces to sue the Trump administration to block the president from sending the National Guard to the city. Illinois Department of Natural Resources recognizing conservation police officers and civilians for acts of bravery, compassion, and distinguished service to people of Illinois. IDNR presented individuals with awards in multiple categories. Officer of the Year went to Conservation Police Officer Austin Priest. Civilian Hero Award given to Jeffrey Holt. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Very excited to welcome a new sponsor here this morning. We sure are fond of this place. At Monocle's Pizza, everyone's welcome at the table. Craving crispy thin crust, pan-style comfort, or gluten-free goodness? They've got something for everyone, including their one-of-a-kind point pizza, perfect for sharing. Since 1959, Monocle's has been the neighborhood spot for great food, warm smiles, and good times. Monocle's Pizza, your people, your place. You know, it's just got that thing, a restaurant thing, 1959.
1959.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guy named Ralph Monaco.
Good for them.
Ralph Monaco
invented it, and they've got
right
this
there in the heart of Tolono.
red salad dressing that you squirt and
French.
It goes. Isn't it French or Russian?
Well, it's a combination.
Whatever.
It's secret recipe.
Well, I squirt way too much on there.
And a lot of people like to dip their pizza in it.
Why
too.
not?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they sell it individually too.
That's right.
Anyway, Monocle's is now sponsored. It's actually going to be for the next 2 months. I'm actually handing out money to eat there.
Excellent.
Called the
Nice.
Stever program.
I love it.
So we're excited to have a little glimpse of Monocle's Pizza, and that I guess the family pleaser.
Yes.
In 1973, we had a football pool at Unity High School every week.
Mm-hmm.
And one week, I actually circled enough right to win a Monocle's family pleaser. And I still have it, and it's no date of expiration.
Okay.
So I need to talk to corporate to see if they will honor a 52-year gift card. It's in my toolbox I made with Mr. Allison.
I see. And for me, as a Unity Rocket athlete, also, if we got our volleyball serves and things like that, we would get a Monocle's pizza party at the end of the week after practicing hard and working hard and winning so many and going to state my freshman year.
Little crispy little squares.
Heck yeah.
All right, we'll get in.
I guess for me, I'll have to eat some.
Yeah, you just have to. The problem with little squares is you eat 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go
only
ahead
14?
Now. That's what I'm saying. You go 14 deep, and then you just, because they're little squares.
Yes.
So it's like little bite size.
Party style.
They're not really supposed to be bite size. It's more like 2 bites, but I kind of pop them in.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so Monocle's Pizza, stand by. We'll have a chance for you to get $50 to go eat there later this month.
As a Stever offer.
Yes,
I love it.
Excited to have Monocle's Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Yep. check your weather. ESPN 93.5, brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you it's Active Aging Week, so if you want some tips on fitness or healthy lifestyle or community connections for 50 and up, Active Aging Week is in progress through the 12th. Find out details at urbanaparks.org.
All right, our meteorologist Greg Solier, lovely, and cooler than warmer, and man, we get through October in a hurry, weather like this, bud.
Yeah, that's probably the way it's going to play out around here. Yeah, maybe a little more propensity for a little more normalized, nothing out of control rainfall from time to time as we head through probably the second half of the month. But temperatures was certainly well above, to many degrees above, darn right hot at times around here. That's the way we'll certainly spin it. And that's going to be the story for the middle to late parts of next week. So just a little reminder of the season, but we start the warming trend in earnest over the course of the weekend. Speaking of which, about 68, 69 at kickoff and about 75 later in the ball game. A subtle southeast to south wind. Lots of sunshine. Tropics busy in the Atlantic and the Pacific. We build high pressure up aloft, middle part of the country. That's where we sit here going forward. So don't need to rush it, push it, panic if you have harvest in mind or have been stopped for about a day or so, because the rainfall will get back at it here in about a day or so, if not sooner. 68 the forecast high. We're close to 50 right now with sunshine, a bit of a north breeze, clear tonight, chilly. 39 the low over at Willett and Savoy. There may be a little frost patch on a colder rooftop or at least a truck top. Anything metallic in nature. Nothing to kill off the growing season officially. And up to 67 tomorrow. A little patch of frost and 38 tomorrow night. 70 on Friday. 75 Saturday. Mid to upper 70s Sunday, Monday. Still no rain to the forecast for late next week as we climb back into late summer-like levels into the lower and middle 80s. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Lovely. Happy to have this kind of weather and enjoy every minute that you can get that.
It's going to be great at Pia's tomorrow. Join us. I've got everything set up after 3 if you want to start looking at the prizes and getting your name in the box for the sold-out game with an 11 a.m. kickoff on October 11th. Number 17, Illinois, and number 1, Ohio State. Join us tomorrow after 4.
Yeah.
As Stevie J has Coach Teresa Grant on the air.
Curtis Allen and Evan Stone are kind enough to let me interview a friend.
Yes.
Teresa was here. I was pretty involved with her program, hosted the banquet at least once, and had her on a lot. She guest hosted for me when the triplets were born. And she called me something that I was kind of embarrassed. We'll reveal that tomorrow at Pia's.
Okay. Well, and here you are in the zone, still pacing and waiting for your granddaughter to be born any minute now.
And our life has been played out on radio pretty much full. Getting engaged, getting married, having babies. And so and there's probably somebody that remembers everything. Not very many, because people die and move.
But still, I remember at a radio convention, they said, don't bring up the family more than 3 or 4 times a month.
I tried not to bring up the family more than 3 or 4 times an hour. It was, but when we had those babies, and when we had the triplets in 1997, Christian, Benjamin, Grace, the ratings that spring, we used to have an Arbitron ratings, and it was through the roof. It was so flattering to know that so many people were engaged and remember when they were born. I mean, I still hear that.
Uh-huh.
And that's 28 years ago. But it was triplets is an event.
Yes, it is.
It's a risky event. It's when we were getting infertility treatments, it was disheartening to hear in Chicago the stories of women who really didn't want 2 or 3 babies. They wanted 5 or 6 to get on Oprah.
Right.
They had no idea.
We had the Octomom back in the day.
We just didn't have any idea. Now, you can't find any reasonable person to put more than 2 in at once now.
Okay.
Embryos. You don't go because it's too risky.
Well, you just never know.
Well, I
I
remember talking to one of the doctors. I said, why didn't put 7 in there? And he was real quiet. And I said, are you afraid they're all going to take? Yes.
I see.
Okay. Because we were in there and we thought for a week we were having twins. And then the next week, both nurses gasped at what they saw. And I said, you found another one, didn't you? And then Teresa Majors came in, and we told Teresa, said, hey, it's triplets. And she had this very forced, strained smile.
Okay.
And I said, what's wrong? She said, it's just harder.
She's seen the other side of it.
50-50 on some mental, some physical,
Yeah,
both.
that's right.
All kinds of risks. And we were joyful and happy, but cautious. But, Jim Manley once said, Stevie, you interview people like you.
Right.
Somebody having...
Good point.
Well, we were blessed. We just got great care with Dr. Powell and Dr. Kale at Carl, and we prayed. You have prayer, you get the best medical, but you are not in control. And we were very blessed to have 3 healthy babies, and it's just, it's God. It's all God. So it was such a big event in the community, and I told Janet the ratings just they couldn't have been higher, and she said, I forget it. I'm not doing that again.
Okay.
Like for ratings, we never did it for
Right,
ratings.
of course.
It was a great spring book.
I mean,
no, that was no way nothing at all. It was
we just a comment on how it'll evolve.
Yeah, it was. But to mention my
Forget
wife,
it, I'm not doing that again.
I've never seen anything like Janet, who is strong. She's got more strength in her baby finger than I have in my whole body. I never heard one negative word out of her mouth ever. Can you imagine being 52 inches around? You can't even breathe. I monitored her breathing. It was like, that's how it was. It was so unbelievable. And it was so, but she's, it's not time. It's not time. And she's just so unreal. It was phenomenal.
It's amazing. The body is so amazing.
Yeah. It was wonderful. And I'm so thankful to have gotten to live this life. We jump to our morning sports. You're always welcome to jump in. 217-359-2255. Fisher National Bank text line. The Cubs are still alive. They've got to win today in Wrigley.
The Brewers are up 2-0. 4:08 for that first pitch. You can hear it as you're tooting around town on US 105.9. Now, if they make it through, and I hate to get ahead of the, cart ahead of the whole course or whatever, but it's, I think, an 8:08 first pitch on Thursday when we're at Pius tomorrow. So that's going to be exciting, too.
They'd be tomorrow night if they win.
Right.
Wow. That's a late game, too.
I know.
Some of us have school.
Phillies and LA Dodgers. Dodgers up 2-0 with an 8:08 first pitch as the National League Division Series carries on. Pretty exciting yesterday. My sister Linda in Seattle was excited about the 8-4 win over Detroit yesterday. 2:00 for that game. Mariners are up 2-1 in that series, and the New York Yankees staying alive. Toronto Blue Jays are up 2-1 in that series. Yankees win 9-6 after being 5 runs down. Aaron Judge talked about Cody Bellinger's aspect of being in the deck circle, and he was like, come on, hit that foul pole.
Yeah.
And by golly, got that 3-run homer. Pretty cool to launch the Yankees in that kind of a scene. Preseason action, Bulls over Cleveland 118-117 in an overtime win. Pacers beat
by the way,
Minnesota.
Io's back, his shoulder's good.
Oh, good.
He made, I think, at least 10 points, but Io looked good.
And
Io DeSumo, former Illini.
Yes. Pacers over Minnesota 135-134. Now, King James, there was this stuff surfacing of is he going to retire or not? And the 23rd season, he'll be 41 in December, not under contract, yada, yada, yada. I guess it was an ad for he's partnered with Hennessy Cognac. And it wasn't a retirement announcement. It was an announcement about the drink.
Listen, he's one of the greatest of all time.
Sure.
There's no doubt. But when he retires, I go, oh, that's great. What do you want to do for lunch?
Okay.
Traditional estate planning focused around what will happen to your physical assets in the event of your death. As our lives become increasingly digital, it's really important for your digital assets, information with digital estate. You need to Busey, because you're going, I don't know. Yeah, Busey can. They can help you with this. Why having a digital estate plan in place matters? Well, it's now extremely common to manage our finances, business, and personal lives online. Unfortunately, very few have the digital assets, websites, blogs, music, writing, whatever. So what you do is you call Busey at 800-67-BUSEY and you say, may I sit down with a wealth management superstar and help me navigate? What are you talking about? How does that work? And they're prepared to help you, and why they'll tell you why it's important. Digital assets are a fairly new phenomenon. Let their experts at Busey guide you through the process. You can contact the Busey Wealth Management team Schedule an appointment or call 800-67-BUSY, and you can talk about your plans and wishes and getting it all lined up to where it's super simple. The last thing you want are your kids to try and figure stuff out.
Right.
That's just not fun, and they're sad already and all these things. Just really do them a favor and get it set up. Busey for over 157 years, member FDIC. All right, we know our weather, but we can't say it enough. We can't repeat it enough. It's awesome. Here's Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana vicinity. Well, finally feeling like it ought to be for early October around these parts, and overall stays that way for the next couple of days. We get onto the backside of this cool high, moderating trended temperatures beginning for Friday and accelerating over the weekend with another run of late summer warmth expected for much of next week. Big pattern shift to stormy weather from the southwest over the western states, and Tropical Storm Jerry over the open waters of the western and southwestern Atlantic will influence the eastern seaboard, but with no direct landfall here in the coming days. Sunny, chilly for the day today with a north breeze, a bit gusty for the midday and afternoon, high around 68. Clear chillier tonight, down around 39. Can't rule out a local frost patch on a colder car top or metal object here, both tonight and perhaps by late tomorrow night into Friday morning. Otherwise, up to 67 tomorrow, 38 tomorrow night, 70 on Friday, mid-70s for the weekend with sunshine heading towards 80 or higher Monday through Friday of next week. For CBG Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Taylor Riggs, and this is the Fox Business Report.
SoftBank Group is expanding its AI footprint with a $5.4 billion robotics deal, buying the industrial robotics-focused business of ABB, a bid to combine the potential of artificial intelligence with robots. This marks the largest in a long record of robotics investments by SoftBank Chief Executive Masayoshi Son. And the late painter and instructor Bob Ross is helping keep some public TV stations afloat. 30 paintings created by Ross will soon be up for auction to help defray the costs of programming. President of Bob Ross Inc. says he dedicated his life to making art accessible to everyone. The auction ensures his legacy will continue to support the very medium that brought his joy and creativity into American homes for decades. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, I'm Teresa Giudice.
I'm Clay Aiken.
I am Dre DeMatteo.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jill Whelan.
Hey, everybody. It's Billy Baldwin.
It's Patricia Heaton.
Hey, everyone. I'm Nicole Polizzi.
It's Candace Bushnell.
Hey, everyone. It's Henry Golding. Hey, everybody's Kevin Nealon. I'm Ted Lange, and it's time to take the quiz. 5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group, thanks for coming into our studio and discussing the experience about buying your first home. What are the first steps you should take, and how can your team help at Nate Evans Group?
Yeah, I mean, buying your first home can be super scary. Maybe not even scary is the right word. There's just a lot of unknown. So I think the important item for somebody to find is clarity on what that looks like. So if I was a first-time home buyer, I'm probably calling the Nate Evans Group, and I'm going to ask to speak with them, the local experts in there that's specific to the area they're trying to search. And we're going to sit down with them. We can keep it super easy. We usually do it over the phone first, and then we can do an in-person meeting at a house that they choose or they like. And we'll talk them through next steps, pre-approvals, refining criteria, and then next thing you know, we're finding houses off market for them that don't exist, because that seems to be a challenge for a lot of buyers right now.
Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans at 217-239-7113. Do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Jets Pizza and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to see the Fighting Illini sold-out game against Ohio State. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to Geese Memorial Stadium. Stop by Jets Pizza at Neal and Green Street or Round Barn off Springfield and Mattis for their delicious Detroit-style pizza. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets for Fighting Illini football against Ohio State. From Jets Pizza and Stevie J Broadcasting. Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning. Do you have your sewer line cleaned every year? Are you constantly getting roots or blockages? Why deal with that headache year after year? Call Land's Drain Cleaning today at 217-355-5512 to have our expert staff come out, clean your line. We give you a free camera inspection, show you what's wrong, where it's at, and then we can offer you a repair for that problem so you don't have to deal with it again. Land's Drain Cleaning. Why call anyone else?
For over 70 years, Beck's Country Shop has been Central Illinois' premier furniture store. With over 23,000 square feet of showroom filled with quality brands, you'll be sure to find that perfect piece to fit your home. Beck's offers free delivery and removal of your old items. They even sell off the showroom floor, so you don't have to wait for weeks or months. They pride themselves on hassle-free service and quality furniture at fair prices. Located on Route 45 in Urbana, visit Justin or Lance today at Beck's Country Shop Furniture.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Yeah, we're on baby watch. Gracie is 1 day overdue now for her baby girl. So Jacob and Grace are very excited. I'll let you know when. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you just wait and yeah.
Late 90s is when I had Gabrielle, and I was down in Southwest Louisiana and Cajun country in Lafayette.
Yeah.
And it was hot mid-September.
I bet. Louisiana's
and
pretty
it was
warm.
not fun to be in overtime with that. And, you know, my ankles were swelling, and I was just waddling around that last 2 weeks.
How much did she weigh?
I want to say all my babies have been over 9 pounds.
Wow, big babies. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and I was too.
Wow.
So.
God bless Betty. Jean and Betty.
That's right.
Six kids.
And I'm number 6.
Yeah.
And, 7 years behind Mary Jean, my Aunt Mary Kay had a baby later after a group of kids. And just my mom said, Jean, let's have another one. So many people said, oh, you were the oops child and all this because mom was in her 40s for me. But I'm telling you, it was a good life for me because of my 5 older siblings being so close in age. Yeah. Essentially within 2 years of each other. And you're the baby in the family.
I'm the baby
too.
in the family. I'm only 2.5, 3 behind Mary.
Okay, gotcha.
But no, it's the Deuces have clung together.
That's right.
You guys hang out and be together when you can.
Yeah, just love my sibling time.
I want to tell you that Donnie tells me at Long Branch Steakhouse, they're open Wednesday through Saturday from 5 until 9. They do have ribs beginning tonight until they're out. So this week, if you love their ribs, and many of you have told me you do, and I don't know, I know it's very close from where he's taken them out and put them on your table, but I've had ribs there where I can't eat it.
It's so hot.
It's so hot I can't touch it.
And hot to the bone.
Bone's super hot, and that's why they really get it to your table in a hurry, but you do have to wait. When do you ever wait to eat meat? But you'd have to at Long Branch. Anyway, if you want ribs, Long Branch has got them while supplies last, so I would recommend tonight.
Yeah, when you go on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you can get the shish kebabs too. So I would have a dilemma: ribs, shish kebab, or maybe have Aiden order the ribs and I order the shish kebabs, and then we split.
Here's my $35-40. I'll take a rack. And then my sides. So.
Man.
Anyway, that sounds good. It's tonight at Long Branch here in Gifford, Illinois.
310 South Main Street.
And if you don't want that, go get that ribeye.
And actually, you need to organize your taking over the restaurant for your Christmas party.
Yes, Christmas party time is now. I'm working on the date. I think it might be around that Thanksgiving time. I think that's when most people are going to be available.
If you have a staff of like 30 or less, would you say it's just the perfect place to kind of take over the restaurant?
We have 55 people.
Okay.
They got 55 seats.
Nice.
So you can have a little bigger group, and it's just, yeah.
Well, and
cool.
You get up and do a little presentation while you're waiting for
have
the
some
food
games and prizes.
Talk to the people and your coworkers about how great they are and all that. It's awesome.
How do you know what I'm going to say?
I mean, I'm sure
Diane has been really good this year. A couple of things I want to talk to you about, Diane, to work on. Let's work on some things here. Let me give you the criticism at the Christmas party.
Exactly.
No, it's because we do have great people.
Yes, we do.
Good companies have great people, and everybody will tell you that. And I thought it was a cliche until I got in that role, and I'm going, it's all about them.
Speaking of great people.
If they're good, you're good.
Curtis Allen and Evan Stone have really been rocking the drive.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for them.
They've done a great job.
Some big shoes to fill over the years.
It's not easy to replace Lonte and Derek Piper. They are doing a great job. The response has been tremendous. And so many people podcast. That has continued.
Yes, StevieJay.com to hear our show or The Drive in the afternoon.
You can do that. All right, going to break for the news. Got another segment to go. ESPN 93.5 on this Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. 217-359-2255. If you have any comments, any texts you want to send us on the Fisher National Bank text line. All right, it is now 8:30. News is next.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Canelo Luga, linebacker and special teams specialist.
KO, that's a lot of skill sets.
What's your point?
Well, kickers kick, guards block, receivers catch.
Is there a point coming?
Well, yeah, you have to cover running backs, quarterbacks, tight ends, kickoff and punt returners, even loose balls.
So you want to know how I'm a specialist?
Simple. Former FBI Director James Comey at the defendant's table in Alexandria federal court, being arraigned for a false statement and obstructing Congress about his 2016 Russiagate investigation of Donald Trump. Current FBI Director Kash Patel says unraveling false accusations against Trump and allies led directly to new findings that Biden-era special counsel Jack Smith surveilled 8 GOP senators after the Capitol riot, telling Fox's Hannity.
When we got in there, and when I got in as the FBI director, from my experience as Russiagate, I knew where to look and what rooms to open and what doors to kick down. And that's what we did. We found this information to expose the politicization by Jack Smith and the prior Department of Justice.
The Senate takes a morning vote on a 6th attempt to reopen the government. And Texas troops join the National Guard in Illinois. President Trump posting Chicago's mayor should be in jail for failing to protect. America's listening to Fox.
Here's a look at local news. National Guard troops could be hitting the streets of Chicago soon, despite legal challenges from the city and state of Illinois. Chicago and Illinois joined forces to sue the Trump administration to block the president from sending the National Guard to the city. Illinois Department of Natural Resources recognizing conservation police officers and civilians for acts of bravery, compassion, and distinguished service to people of Illinois. ID&R presented individuals with awards in multiple categories. Officer of the Year went to Conservation Police Officer Austin Priest. Civilian Hero Award given to Jeffrey Holt. A fundraiser that aims to raise money for the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen in Champaign makes a comeback. CU Potters Club and the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen teaming up to host the Champaign-Urbana Empty Bowls annual benefit. Takes place at Urbana's Silver Creek Restaurant today. Karen Pickard with the Daily Bread Soup Kitchen says they give out over 400 meals each day. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Check your latest weather, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
If you'd like that gutter helmet and not get on those ladders and feel unstable, plus you'll get the water to stay out of your basement, consider visiting KramerSiding.com.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Well, finally feeling like it ought to be for early October around these parts, and overall stays that way for the next couple of days. We get onto the backside of this cool high, moderating trended temperatures beginning for frosty Friday and accelerating over the weekend with another run of late summer warmth expected for much of next week. Big pattern shift to stormy weather from the southwest over the western states, and Tropical Storm Jerry over the open waters of the western and southwestern Atlantic will influence the eastern seaboard, but with no direct landfall here in the coming days. Sunny, chilly for the day today with a north breeze, a bit gusty for the midday and afternoon. High around 68, clear chillier tonight down around 39. Can't rule out a local frost patch on a colder car top or metal object here, both tonight and perhaps by late tomorrow night into Friday morning. Otherwise, up to 67 tomorrow, 38 tomorrow night, 70 on Friday, mid-70s for the weekend with sunshine heading towards 80 or higher Monday through Friday of next week. For CBG Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Canelo Luga, linebacker and special teams specialist.
KO, that's a lot of skill sets.
What's your point?
Well, kickers kick, guards block, receivers catch.
Is there a point coming?
Well, yeah, you have to cover running backs, quarterbacks, tight ends, kickoff and punt returners, even loose balls.
So you want to know how I'm a specialist? Simple. My job is to put the guy with the ball firmly on the ground. I specialize in firmly.
So Sony specializes in video processing. They have the skills to make any panel deliver a better picture. Better as in more color, smoother motion handling, higher contrast, everything that makes sports on TV look real. From Sony cameras and mics used on the field to showing the game in your home like you have sideline tickets.
Well, we still want you to come see us at the stadium.
Oh, heck yeah. Live football's the best, but Sony is firmly in second.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance. A new front door can instantly upgrade the look of your home and make it more energy efficient. The Kramer Siding and Window team can also install French doors to your deck or patio, welcoming the outside in, or storm doors for an extra layer of protection against the elements. The estimate is free, financing is available, and the business is local. Schedule your beautiful new door today and save 25%. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone.
We're always looking for people. You can go online and apply on our website. We never know what we're going to need. We're always expanding. We're always building more and growing our business. If we don't need a person and they come along and we find out that they're an eagle, they're a star, we'll hire them. We'll put them somewhere and wait for the spot we're going to have them working.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. You know what is really cool? I was with Ben Quattrone at Sarah Champagne.
Yeah?
And Sarah Champagne, nobody knows this yet, and I'm going to tell you now.
Okay.
That during the big noon show on national television,
yes,
Ben is giving away a car.
What? A new car.
It'll be a 2-year lease on a GMC that somebody's going to really be happy about, and they're going to have to throw footballs in a barrel. But no, that is so cool that Sarah Champagne, prominent enough to get even asked to be part of a promotion. And so Ben will be there during the broadcast. I hope he gets on TV. They're going to kind of get their like final 8 and then down to final 2 and throw a football in a barrel kind of thing.
My son-in-law Seth, he's looking for something new. Maybe
he ought to go try. Yeah, they'll pick out. I don't know how they're going to get their people, but Fox Sports is all over it, and I think that's exciting. We're going to call Ben Quattrone Friday about how all this is going to work. But pretty cool to have local flavor in their national broadcast.
Absolutely, especially when it comes to a car.
A new car! And it'll be a beauty. I mean, it's an SUV.
Will they have it out there on display?
It'll be on display.
Nice.
No, it's the show, man. Ben Quattrone's a show, man.
I haven't worked out what I'm doing yet, but I'm thinking I'll get there early. I mean, everybody's saying
you don't need to be there early. I got there at 10 o'clock, and there's plenty of room.
Okay.
You know, if you want to be in the first 500 to 1,000 and to crush near the stage, who wants to do that?
I mean, why not?
Because it's dangerous to be that close. Are y'all wearing masks?
I like that.
Put your mask on.
And really, you know, by 9:15, just out of the first 15 minutes, I might be over it and then head into something else.
I was there 15 minutes. It was perfect.
Right.
But it's all everything, experience everything, but there's no rush unless you want to be on the front gate.
Okay.
And that's like, okay, I could actually do that, and then people would point out, who's the old guy, and why is he there?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
You should wear your ESPN 93.5 shirt.
Somebody's grandpa.
Because it's Fox and ESPN.
Actually, Fox might say, excuse me, sir, would you mind getting out of the shot?
That's right.
We're here for the kids, and you're not.
Oh, I thought you meant because you're wearing your ESPN 93.5
No, because
shirt.
they want that youthful jumping up and down. I'd be going, hey, quiet down. I can't hear her.
Okay.
It's 8:40.
Habitat for Humanity provides a unique opportunity for hardworking people and families to build their own homes.
Clear out the clutter and make a difference by donating to the Habitat for Humanity of Champaign County Restore. Your gently used furniture, appliances, and home goods help build homes, community, and hope right here in Champaign County. Drop off donations behind the Champaign County Restore at 1914 Glen Park Drive or schedule a free pickup for qualifying items. Visit cuhabitat.org or call 359-0507. Your clutter changes lives. Donate today.
Always a pleasure to talk about Donnie up at Long Branch Steakhouse here in beautiful downtown Gifford. Well, you know what, friends? It's never too early to make your Christmas party reservations at the Long Branch Steakhouse in Gifford. They are taking party reservations for December. Dates are filling up quickly. Don't be left out this year. If you want a fabulous night at the Long Branch for your office party, get it done now. Connect with the Long Branch Steakhouse and book your Christmas party. Long Branch Steakhouse, beautiful downtown Gifford. Reggie, tell me why you love real estate.
Oh gosh, I'm on my 19th year in real estate, and the best part about it all truly is the friendships you make. Just the lifestyle, that culture in our office. I mean, I just love what it's given me for my life, especially when it's a win-win transaction and people move into their homes. It's really wonderful to see their dreams come true.
How do I reach out to you?
First of all, I've got a website, ReggieTaylorHomes.com. My phone number is 217-419-0141, and my email address is rtaylor@caldwellhomes.com.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter. And they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Folt's team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133. And my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
Join Salt and Light Thursday, October 23rd for our first annual Masquerade Ball. This year's theme is Cirque du Soleil and has everything from fire performers and aerialists to stilt walkers and contortionists, live music, and so much more. For one magical night, we'll stand together to change lives and transform our community with great food and drinks, music, whimsical entertainment, and a live and silent auction. Visit www.saltandlightministry.org and click the Masquerade tab for all the info.
Since 1929, Christie Clinic has strived to provide high-quality care with a personal touch. To continue our mission of we listen, we care, we are seeking engaged team members who are focused on improving patient lives, adding value, and increasing capacity to better serve our growing community. Christie Clinic offers competitive pay, great benefits, and advancement opportunities. Come join our team. Visit ChristieClinic.com to view open positions and apply.
At the UPS Store, we have everything to help small business owners be unstoppable. So if you need packing and shipping, we'll be the packing and shipping store.
I could use a little help. I've got
78 orders to ship out.
We're here to help. Our certified packing experts care like you care and can pack and ship just about anything.
The UPS Store can help small business owners be unstoppable with our packing and shipping services. Our certified packing experts can handle it all. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie Chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for $18,200. We're going to sell it for $12,500.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're going to get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle, 72-inch cut. It's there for $13,500.
Wow. It's the fastest lawnmowers in the world, called Dixie Chopper. Go to Dedicated Diesel. How would I reach Andy for that?
They can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, or check him out on Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
I want you to hear this. Here you go. This is a lot of talk about the 2007 when we went into Columbus with Juice Williams.
Yeah.
Ron Zook was the coach. Jay Lehman was the star defensive player.
That's right.
And Britt Miller was one of the linebackers next to Jay Lehman. And Britt Miller, I think, is the head football coach at St. Teresa High School, I think.
Oh, wow.
But this also tones sound like Brett Bielema. But anyway, this is Britt Miller.
Britt Miller.
B-R-I-T, Britt Miller, talking about that game.
A bunch of quiet Ohio State fans, about 100,000 of them, but that was a great game. I mean, Jay Lehman had a great game. I remember him, calling out trap. Like, he knew the game before it was going to happen, so that was kind of easy having the answers to the book, being out there with him. Rashard Mendenhall just, making carries, and Juice doing what he did those final 8 minutes. I mean, I know they remember it well. It's definitely, stamped into my DNA, beating those guys. And really the first time I went there as a freshman was my first start, and going against guys like A.J. Hawk and some dudes. And to have those guys, to kind of take the lump that we did and then come back 2 years later and come out on top against them when they were number one. I mean, I still get chills thinking about it.
Yeah, I bet you do. Tristan Thomas, WCIA, had that little interview.
Tristan, former intern for us here on ESPN 93.5.
Actually on Wednesdays with the boys about high school.
In fact, that's this afternoon then, and I'm always taking note when Tristan talks and shares some of our favorite high school teams. But yeah, Britt Miller, 39 now, and was Decatur born and went to Eisenhower and things like that. So pretty cool that he was reflecting on this, some highlights against Ohio State.
And the iconic shoulder ride for Jay Lehman.
Yes.
Number 47. I wonder if Happy ever said, honey, can we get our, probably wouldn't say honey, Jay, could we get our hair cut?
I'm sure he did.
I mean, he just looks like a wild man.
I mean,
and he was 30 pounds heavier.
Happy and Diane founded Vineyard Church, and I'm sure they wanted their son to look a little more presentable.
Listen, he's a football player, and he came on as a walk-on and turned into an All-American. That's the kind of heart Jay Lehman has.
Yeah, and
anyway.
Britt Miller went on with Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, he was good.
Undrafted free agent in 2009.
Yeah.
Then went on to 49ers and the St. Louis Rams
Pretty
back
cool.
in the day.
All right, rest of the sports headlines.
All right, we have football, of course. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff, around 68 degrees, according to our meteorologist, Greg Solier. Then warmer going into the game. Number 17, Illinois. Number 1, Ohio State. Join us tomorrow at Pia's, where we'll have the Hall of Fame weekend with a spotlight on Teresa Grintz and her experience in the late 90s and into 2000s as she shares some stories with Stevie J. We also have Curtis Allen and Evan Stone. You never know on these Hall of Fame guests who we're going to bring in, but certainly have lots of prizes and food and drink specials. You could head to Pia's today if you want to see Milwaukee's Brewers take on the Chicago Cubs from Wrigley. That's a 4:08 first pitch, and you'll hear the action over on US 105.9. The Brew Crew's up on the Cubs 2-0. We had the Phillies in L.A. to take on the Dodgers, who lead the series 2-0. The National League Division Series has the Dodgers up 2-0 in that one. Seattle's up 2-1 after beating Detroit 8-4. New York Yankees beat Toronto 9-6 yesterday. A highlight you might want to catch on YouTube today is Aaron Judge hitting that foul pole for a 3-run homer. Awesome stuff. I'm Diane Ducey.
All right, we'll be back at one more peek at Greg's weather, and we got a line on Kawan Garris that also possibly could show up at the show tomorrow based on his schedule. Kawan was an outstanding point guard for Illinois back in the 90s. And a terrific player.
Yeah, and
Really
speaking
was.
of basketball, they have the game times on a lot of these games that have been, if you want to go to fightingillini.com and find that out.
All right, check Greg one more time. Coming up.
Actually, I called a provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hi, this is Ross Craig with Philo Exchange Bank. Do you need a loan? When it comes to personal or commercial lending, experience matters. Philo Exchange Bank is a different kind of bank with over 135 years of combined lending experience. Let us be your trusted partner. Unlike many other banks, our lending decisions are made quickly and efficiently within the walls of the bank.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At Coach House Garages, buildings are more than just garages and backyard sheds. By combining your imagination with their experience, generations of Amish craftsmanship, and the finest quality materials, they build a garage that fits all of your specifications at a budget you can live with. To learn more about what Coach House of Champaign and Danville offers, visit them online at CoachHouseGarages.com or call at 217-351-9073.
More than just a garage. More than just a garage. It's a Coach House.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. As expected, a return to seasonal temperatures. It's been few and far between the outbreaks of cooler, drier air, but that's the story going forward for just about the remainder of the week. We'll get into the backside of this cool high. Temperatures will moderate above average over the weekend. Another big, broad warm-up expected for next week. Largely dry weather picture as well. Sunshine for the day-to-day. High temperature to about 68 with a bit of a fresh northeasterly wind as the day wears on. Overnight lows for tonight with a clear sky. Chillier overnight readings too, down to about 39. Can't rule out a frost patch on colder metal surfaces here by first thing tomorrow morning and probably Friday morning as well. Otherwise, sunshine 67 tomorrow, back up to 70 on Friday with sunshine and a light southeast to south wind. Weekend highs of 75 later in the ball game on Saturday, 76 on Sunday, heading towards the 80-degree mark or higher Monday to Wednesday of next week. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm Ultra's Greg Solgay.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to see the Fighting Illini sold-out game against Ohio State. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to Geese Memorial Stadium. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets for Fighting Illini football against Ohio State with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Yeah, that sounds good, and so does our new sponsor. There's something special about Monaco's Pizza. Maybe it's the friendly faces that greet you like family, or the thin, crispy crust that's been a hometown favorite since 1959. Whether you're craving classic thin crust, hearty pan, gluten-free, or our one-of-a-kind point pizza, every bite feels like coming home. So grab your family, your friends, or just your appetite and make tonight a Monocle's night. Monocle's Pizza, people-pleasing people since 1959. I think a big difference when you're thinking about that, it's a restaurant. And a lot of times pizzas now are in and out.
That's right.
And it is a throwback. 1959? Has there been a pizza place around here in 1950? I don't think so. I think it's the oldest one. Yeah. I kind of want one right now.
It's history in Tolono.
I kind of want one right now.
I do too.
Can I call it 8:53?
I don't think so. But they do have lunch starting at 11.
I think I'd just topple on an extra cheeser. That's all I need. Just a lot of that.
Man, that is good.
Okay, Monocles, we're excited to be doing a Stever with you. That means I'll be giving out money for you to go eat for your family. And I think it's awesome. You'll love it. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow, John Decker, White House correspondent, a national correspondent for Gray Television. John Decker, gosh, he's going to LSU, and Johnny's going to be part of that in 2 weeks.
All right.
That's coming right up.
Keep in mind, Daily Bread Soup Kitchen has their Empty Bowls benefit from 3 to 5:30. $25 for adults, $10 for kids 12 and under.
You get a bowl.
And you get a bowl.
Soup and a bowl, I think.
That's happening at Silver Creek. So check that out tonight as you give back to Daily Bread Soup Kitchen.
3 to 5:30.
Serving over 400 people for lunch daily.
Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. We'll meet back tomorrow. Thank you for listening, and have yourself a great Wednesday. Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Check out the Urbana Market at the Square, 7 a.m. till noon, rain or shine at Illinois and Vine through October 30th. Get tasty sweet corn, melons, peaches, produce, and squash. There's so many local farmers with vegetables fresh from their gardens. Unique soap vendors with lovely scents, plus flowers and honey. Enjoy Food Truck Row as you fuel up for a great Saturday morning in downtown Urbana. Saturdays from 7 a.m. to noon, rain or shine. For more details, visit urbanamarket.org.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
The Halloween Water Carnival with Urbana Park District is happening October 18th from 4 to 6. As 2 to 11-year-olds with a parent or adult guardian enjoy games, spooky activities, prizes, and more. Kids can dress up in costumes, but remember, they'll be swimming. Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. Registration required before October 11th. Be ready to splash into the fun with the Halloween Water Carnival, October 18th, urbanaparks.org.
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for $18,200. We're going to sell it for $12,500.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're gonna get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle, 72-inch cut. It's there for $13,500.
Wow, it's the fastest lawnmowers in the world called Dixie Chopper. Go to Dedicated Diesel. How would I reach Andy for that?
They can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, or check him out on Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
Kick off football season like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circus Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees ever. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circus Sports, every play is yours to call. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At the UPS Store, we have everything to help small business owners be unstoppable. So if you need mailbox services, we'll be the mailbox store.
What if my business isn't brick and mortar?
Easy. With our mailbox services, you'll get a real street address instead of a P.O. box.
What if I give you a big bear hug for making my day?
Then get in here, buddy.
The UPS Store can help small business owners be unstoppable with our mailbox services. We'll hold your mail and packages in a safe location. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Calling all Honeycrisp apple lovers. Your Honeycrisp are ready at Curtis Orchard. That's right, it's Honeycrisp season, which means you can get them at Curtis Orchard now until we close in late December. Of course, we have all your other favorites too. Donuts, pies and fritters, apples, produce, cider and gifts, preserves and popcorn. It's all here waiting for you to enjoy during your next trip to Curtis Orchard. There's something here to make everyone smile. Visit us at curtisorchard.com or follow on Facebook to find out what else is in season right now.
0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.